What inspired me to create the Google site was productivity mostly, in terms of being able to produce content that is interactive, that is of many forms, right? And that I could do it quickly.
With the Google site, it's a more modern approach.
Sebastian made the subject really interesting.
So it made me more efficient in terms of delivering the course.
There was the whole vibe of the subject that Sebastian created, and a large part of that vibe was the Google site.
One of the motivations for doing this was that because this is a very theoretical course, it's very easy to lose the students, right? So whatever you can do to engage them, to keep them every week so that they don't stay back is good.
And part of that interest, I suppose, was on the page. You had like all these quotes from famous people and cartoons and that kind of thing.
So the Google site provides a way of keeping an infrastructure around the course so that they keep engaged.
It offered a more personal experience, and I found that to be great.
So the Google site provides all the resources for the students to learn, to support their learning tasks.
The Google page had a couple of really interesting things that Sebastian put on there.
They have quizzes.
He had timelines, he had Twitter feeds.
Then we have a forum.
And one of them was a clock.
That they kept them informed when is the next important deadline.
The last clock that he had up there was a countdown to the exam.
And we have quotes of famous people in the science.
He also had the embedded YouTube videos, the polls.
And presentations.
Those things were great.
And the way we used to run these classes was more in a group-based environment.
And then instead of having 1 hour shoot and 1 hour lab, we just had a long 2-hour tutorial where it was really hands-on.
It was more interactive.
It just felt like a really fun subject. I'd say out of all the subjects I've done at RMIT so far, it was probably the most fun, and I think a lot of people gave that feedback.
So I wanted to post things quickly, to post different kind of materials quickly.
I guess in the context of the Google forums, Sebastian and his head tutor Nitin were very active in answering each and every one of the students' queries.
And to reply, to post to questions in the forum as quickly as possible and as flexible as possible. I want to reply from my desktop, but also I want to reply from the train.
Knowing that I could get a response so much faster, and that because there was sort of more of a communal feel in the subject, it felt like people were more willing to discuss things. I felt more inclined to post things.
They do participate a lot more. In fact, so up to when I used Blackboard until 2012, we used to have in that course for many years around 70 posts the full semester. And now we're having around 770.
And I do like the fact that it was integrated with our emails as well. So anytime anyone posted a question on the forums, well, the rest of us got to know about it.
This way, you just check your email and I can see there's a response from Sebastian. I can reply an email. I don't have to log into the system again.
Sometimes it's amazing because I don't even have time to reply. Somebody replied right away.
When there was a particularly good question, everyone else could, I guess, participate and work together to solve those questions. I guess as a student, I obviously found the Google forums to be the most useful.
One thing that really helped me was having the online quizzes.
Every week there's a poll.
It just engages the audience.
And it's quick, they vote there and they cast the vote.
I found that the quizzes helped consolidate my understanding.
And they know that poll will be reviewed in the lecture.
Yeah, I think it was good to have polls every week to see how people were travelling with their understanding, because it meant that the following week in the lecture, Sebastian could address the areas that people were having trouble with.
So it pretty much allows Sebastian to tailor his structure to what the student body currently needs.
From the teaching staff perspective, it's basically about productivity.
You can combine different tools together. Makes you more efficient, not just in terms of time, also in terms of how you deliver the course.
So it's basically doing complex things quickly.
Using Google Docs, I can easily create a Word document and they can all collaborate at the same time. And in real time, I can see who is typing what sort of changes are being made. So as a tutor, it enabled me to have a more interactive session with the students. You can use these applications from anywhere in the world, even while you're traveling. And it is one of the biggest advantages.
So in terms of productivity for us, you can do very powerful things with little work. The main benefit of the Google site is, I think, the productivity from our teaching staff side.
The subject was definitely more fun as a result of having Sebastian's site.
The look and feel for the students and us, right? And the familiarity with Google technology.
It was an effective mode of communication. I especially liked that everything was contained within one site.
It makes things extremely easy. The easiest part is your time management.
It definitely helped with, I guess, once again, engaging students and aid with their learning.
Definitely I would recommend other staff to use this technology for teaching because it will save them a lot of time. Guarantee.